Here class 10 will continue again chapter number 7. We are already in the different types of trophic movements in plants. Okay, so last time also we could not complete the trophic movements in plants. So today we'll continue the same. Next we have hydrotropism. Hydrotropism. Okay, hydrotropism. Hydro means water. That means movement towards water. Okay, or moisture. Okay, movement towards water or moisture. That is hydrotropism. Okay, in the last discussion, that was your what do you call it? Phototropism. Then we had which one? Geotropism. Okay, so geotropism means movement towards the gravity. Gravity means out here Earth's gravity. Earth. Okay, Earth's gravity. It's not the every heavenly body has got gravity or attractional force, which is called gravity. So here particularly we are talking about the gravity of the Earth. Okay, just note it down. Gravity of the Earth, the movement towards the gravity of the Earth. That is, geotropism or gravitropism. Okay, so now here in hydrotropism, we find movement towards water or moisture. So here also we find the two regions. Okay, the parts of the plants, two parts of the plants, that is root system and shoot system. So roots always move towards the source of water. Okay, so here suppose this is the root and this is the shoot. So like that here. Shoot system, as I was telling you before, and this is root system. Okay, so this root system is always moving towards the source of water or moisture. Wherever there is moisture, okay, or the water, so there it moves, which means this region is, okay, this region is positively hydrotropic. Positively hydrotropic. Okay, and this region is negatively hydrotropic. Okay, please note it down here also. In this case also we see the two different movements by the two different systems, that shoot system and root system. Root system in this case positively hydrotropic, which is moving towards the source of water or moisture, because the plants need water, which you get being supplied from the root system only. So roots collect the water, okay, from the soil and supply it to the upper regions. So here you see the roots moving towards the source of water. So it is positively hydrotropic, whereas your shoot system grows or moves away from the source of water, which is negatively hydrotropic. So this kind of movement towards the source of water is called hydrotropism. Now we have THIGMOTROPISM. THIGMOTROPISM, another growth response or the movements shown by the plants is your THIGMOTROPISm, which means movement towards touch stimulus. Okay, there are many plants which show the growth movement or the response towards the touch stimulus, when it touches some other plant, okay, then it starts showing its response towards that, towards the source of the touch, where it is, where the the sense of touch is coming. Okay, so there it shows its response. There are many plants, like sweet peas, cuscuta, and vines, have tendrils. What they have got the tendrils, like this. Suppose this is the support, and here we see the plants growing like this. Okay, like that they have got, and the tendrils going around like this. So going like around this, tendrils. So in those plants, like you see sweet peas, cuscuta, and vines have tendrils like this. All right, which coil around the support. Which coil? This is the support. Which coil around the support or other plants. Let us say this is other plant or support, in response to one-sided touch. In response to one-sided touch. It is not touching this plant, but this plant is touching this plant out here, which means one-sided touch. When it touches the other plant or the support, then what happens? It forms a stimulus in it, which makes this part go around it. Okay, go around it. So here stimulus is perceived. Okay, the stimulus, the touch stimulus, is perceived by the tip of this tendril. Okay, tip of this tendril, and it is transmitted to the basal regions. Okay, transmitted to the basal region of this plant, or basal part of this plant, or this this tendril. Okay, thus the tendril goes around this plant or support. Okay, and so once it touches the support or other plant with its tip, then that stimulus goes to the basal region of this tendril, and the entire tendril becomes very sensitive. Okay, becomes very sensitive. Then it twines around this support or the other plant. So this kind of movement which you see, okay, towards the touch stimulus, okay, towards the touch stimulus or to one-sided touch is called thigmotropism, which is usually seen in those plants which have got the tendrils. There are not only this sweet peas, cuscuta and vines, but there are other many plants which have got the tendrils. So the tendrils show the response like this. So the movement like this towards the one-sided touch stimulus, so that it can just go around the other plants or the support. So this kind of movement is called thigmotropism, or in one sentence, the movement towards touch stimulus is called thigmotropism. All right. Now the last tropic movement we have is chemotropism. Chemotropism. Okay, chemotropism means movement towards chemicals. Movement towards chemicals. Okay, so plants also have the areas or the regions which secrete a lot of chemicals, responding with some other parts of the plant again show the movement. Okay, such movement towards the chemicals are called chemotropisms. Okay, such movements towards the chemicals are called chemotropisms. Chemo means chemicals out here. All right. So, for example, let me tell you. Okay. Okay, this is the ovary, stigma. Okay, suppose the pollen grain is here. This is ovule. Okay, so here see, in the pollination, you know, the pollen grains are transferred to the stigma. So after falling on the stigma, the pollen grain now develops a tube called pollen tube. This is called pollen tube. It develops a pollen tube. Okay, it develops a pollen tube. So this pollen tube grows or moves towards the chemicals, produced by the region here called gametophytes. Gametophytes produces gametophytes, you know, produce two different kinds of chemicals. They are sugars plus peptones. Okay, sugars plus peptones. See, this gametophytes means the sites which are responsible for, you know, producing eggs. Okay, producing eggs means, you know, it is a female part. Okay, it's a female site which produces the eggs. Okay, secrete two different kinds of chemicals out here, sugars and peptones. Okay, so this pollen tube now shows its response through its movement towards the source of this sugars and peptones in gametophytes. That means the movement towards the source of chemicals. So is an example that is seen in plants, which is called chemotropism. Beside this, there are many examples. Okay, like, you know, the movement of fungi towards the areas, you know, where the food is there. Where the what is there? Food is there. So here the food is chemical. Okay, the food is chemical, responding with the fungi show its response. That means fungi move towards the food. Okay, so this is also chemotropism. So this is all about the different kinds of, you know, tropic movements in plants. So this is how we finish this chapter number 7 also. Alright, so today we'll do only this much.